This is episode 163 of Look What Just Found. The last video, for some reason, it just happens that way sometimes. I'll get on a topic or a rant, and one penny roll can go over a half an hour, like the last video did. And hopefully that off speed, that change in momentum, that change in tempo, that change of pace, hopefully that's enjoyed by the viewers, subscribers, members, and but it's not planned. You know what I'm saying? It's not planned. Like, for example, if I get through this in 15 minutes, I'll grab another roll. I'll do two of them, you know. But at the half hour point, I'm gonna say we're good. You know what I mean? That's a pretty long coin roll hunt for one roll, I'm saying. So these are the older rolls, and the last one was pretty good. We found a bunch of errors. Not nothing to write home about. We found one good repunch mint mark. That hair, get out of here. You can tell by looking at this one again. A bunch of copper. So there was a lot of copper in the last one, I have to say. And I'll have a different topic for today to talk about. And look at the surface on this one. Look how shiny it is. That's amazing. Yes, I get amazed by the simplest things. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And bada bing, bada boom, we got a copper. What's going to be the topic of this video? I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna have to be a surprise. It's gonna have to be a work in progress. All right, another copper. Maybe it doesn't have to be a topic. The last one we found we must have found about 6 or 7 82s in the last roll. And this one's from the same bank. And I don't know if I'll put this to the fines. I don't know if that means anything or not. Like, did they have a roll of 82s? Did the person collect 8? That's what I mean by if it means something or not. Like, there's any significance to that. I mean, it could just be a real big coincidence that they had a bunch of 82s. I mean, they did make millions and millions and millions of them. Remember, 89 was the last year that they repunched mint marks on the hammer die. No, what happened with this one? It just appears to be a very. I mean, it could be something going on with the mint mark. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like a fat D, but it's not doubled or anything. I don't see any double. It's just fat, fatter than normal, wider. Maybe you want to call it. You know, one of the nice things about penny coin roll hunting, and I talk about this every once in a while, is that it's such a cheap hobby. You know, for 50 cents, I have to take a look at that. Post mint damage, but let me tell you, this is a very, very. I'm going to say this is like a polished. I think this hammer was polished. The reverse is super, super. So it's not like the coin was dulled. I think the reverse, the hammer was polished. Look at the reverse, so striking. And then on the obverse, everything is like, especially the date there. All right, so we have one interesting penny to talk about. I'm gonna go with copper on this. That's a die clash. Yep, we got a die clash. Wow. Okay. Let's weigh it. Okay. Yeah, super interesting. I mean, there's a die clash. That's number one. You can see see it right there. It always looks like a nose, but it's some part of Lincoln. If somebody wants to leave in the comments below, what's that stereotypical nose looking through the columns? It's always there. I forget. I don't know what part. I didn't even forget. I just don't remember what part of the of Lincoln it is. It's could be. Is it his nose? Is it his face? I don't know. Or is it the is it that? Is it that? Well, we got ourselves a die clash and an 85. And I didn't see any of the comms or anything on the obverse. Oh wow. What a deep strike, huh? Let's go a little closer in here. It's got the crimp roll. No doubling on the obverse to make this a key variety. Yeah, man, it's a cheap hobby. Do it with your kids. Hey, Jack, Jill, let's do some penny roll hunting. We're gonna take out the microscope, you know what I mean, and the mat and all that stuff. How cool is that, man? I wish I would have did stuff like that with my kid when I was younger, man. You know, something intellectual with them, you know. I did a lot of sports with them and stuff like that. And there's something to that, you know. But I wish I would have did other stuff besides just sports with them. And this could have been one of those things, you know. I didn't have much money, and you know, but I had $10. I could have got, you know, 20 rolls of coins, you know, pennies, and you know, I'm sure they had microscopes back in the '90s. That's a nice one. You know, could have saved up for a microscope or something like that, you know? Hey, hey. Nice. That's a nice one, too. All right, we're moving right along here. Who knows? I don't think that's the L. I think that's just mint damage at the L. Let me look at that. Hold on a second. Yeah. That's mint damage. Excuse me. That's post mint damage. Just damage. My eyes were playing tricks on me. 64. See if we find any doubling on the reverse, then I see that little dent. They see that dent? Oh, maybe that means there's some doubling on the reverse. And does not mean there's going to be some doubling on the reverse. But there is something there. Let me look at that. Could be just dirt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all it is. Like staining, like a sugar mark. You know what I mean? I'll put that into with the fines. Oh wow. Misaligned die. I'll put this with the AUs. You see, now that's a nice AU. This is the one I had from before. I was going to call an AU. Yeah, I guess they can go together. Just one's a little nicer than the other, but it's still not, you know, like gradable condition. It's just really nice. White AM? Nope. Wow, what a beauty! What a story, huh? You can't tell me that doesn't look like a D next to the 1998. Yeah, I mean it's not, but man, how cool is this? Yeah, well, we'll have to. Just some of them are just so much nicer than others, you know. All right, what's that? That looks like a die clash. It is not. Oh, it's not die clash. Just a piece of might have even been just a piece of dirt that just moved over. you know. Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is, even though like I said, I wish I would have done that with my son when I was younger. I didn't know what I didn't know. I put this in. That's a beautiful shine it has. Absolute beauty. I'm gonna put that with the AUs. You know, they didn't have any YouTube that I can remember in the '90s. It's a nice machine doubling on the O. You see that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that one up. Some pennies I'll clean if I see like there's something underneath the dirt there, or I think there might be. I'm sorry, and I'll clean it. And 99% of the time, there's nothing there. I'll put this with the AUs. A lot of AUs out of this roll. So somebody would have had to teach me. You know what I mean? I was interested in coins. You know, my father did take me. I tell the story all the time. When I was younger, he took me to um, maybe like 2 times or 3 times. He took me to a coin store and he bought me. I believe he bought me. Uh, he bought me. It's funny how I think I don't know if I'm imagining this memory or not. But if I remember correctly, he bought me Indian head pennies, and I want to say they were like a quarter or something like that, or 50 cents. And they were in flips, and I don't know I don't remember what happened to him. Maybe that's why he stopped taking me, was because maybe I didn't take care of him. You know, like I think that was a big deal to him spending 50 cents on me. You know, and maybe I, you know, like a little kid would, you know, just put it to the side and forget about it. And he just said, "I'm not going to take him. He's not interested in it." I used to take my son to work with me. I had a weekend job. I was going to college when he was small, and you know, to make extra money while I was going to college, I had a weekend job, and I took him with me. I worked in a shelter, and the people at the you know, the people who were running the shelter were cool, homeless shelter, and there were kids there, you know. So I was in charge of recreation, and sometimes I would bring my son with me because you know, I wanted to spend time with him, and he liked coming. And I remember I had the PlayStation 2 when it first came out. The shelter bought it for the families, and I picked up the I think for Mario Kart. That's pretty cool. Hmm, it's interesting. Hold on, I will look at that later. And it had the 4 controllers. Oh, 59D. Found another 59. Where's the other one? There goes the other one. I'll put it with that one. Found two 59s. One was a D and one was a Philadelphia. Yeah, it's pretty cool too. It's cool looking. Look how the corrosion ate through, and you can see the zinc. Oh, that's pretty wild. And so you know, he would play with the kids. I guess I'm trying to say I did my best as a dad. You know, but I still wish I would have did coin roll hunting with them. I used to buy him Pokemon cards, and he has a bunch of them. Oh man, this was a. I'm like 99% sure this is copper. Yeah, it's copper, but let's weigh it. Yeah, 302. So he's into, still at this age, he's and he's in his 30s now. He's into Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That looks like a repunch mint mark, right? No, it's just a beat up one. So maybe if I would have played, would have did coin roll hunting with him when he was younger, maybe he would have been into coins or something that had a different kind of. I don't know. I can't say one's better than the other. Who am I to say that? Well, we did get through this roll quicker than the last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get up really quick and grab another roll. For those who are so inclined to stick around with Jess, and let's see. You know what I'm going to do? Tell you what. For those of you who remember when I had, remember the triple diamonds, and I told you I had no more, right? So I don't. Well, I have a search through triple diamond. So I wasn't going to do it, but as long as I'm doing an extra video, I think this is a good one to check out. If it has no copper in it, I'll just grab another roll. Look, but it has copper. That's what I'm saying, man. It has copper. So I know this is a search through roll, right? It has copper, right? I'm going to let's look at, I have to look at one to make sure it's copper. As long as there's copper in here, we'll check it out. Yeah, 75, man. What's this dude doing? I mean, he's super cherry picker, man. But these are the triple diamonds. But look, remember how the last ones? See, this one doesn't. These are rolls. These are not. See, they're not. The other ones were from the roll, the real roll. These are tubes. Anyway, if you watch, you have to watch the previous videos to know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to rehash it or anything like that. But so this is a cherry picker roll, but the person leaves copper and errors and all kinds of stuff in it, and he also uses cool vintage sleeves, wrappers. So that's why I go through them. First of all, it has copper, so that's number one. Even if we just did it for the copper, it's worth it. If there's any doubling, we have a key variety. No. I can go for now a cup of coffee. I got the tea there, and I used it like usually by now. I would have been through a huge cup of coffee, right? Like at least 20-ounce cup of coffee. So the cup is 25 ounces or 24 ounces, and I used to fill them up to like almost to the top. Now I would drink 5 or 6 of those a day, so I was good for about a good 100 ounces of coffee a day. So I'm not doing that anymore. And if I have a little cup of tea, it kind of pushes off the inevitable. And then I'll have a small cup of coffee. I think it's got to be about like 10 ounces or something like that I have now. And you want to know the truth? The same thing with I had a diet soda yesterday, and it kind of gave me the jitters. You know, and I love Diet Dr. Pepper, man. Look at that. See that? Anyway, that's machine doubling there. That is very common. You know, every 1 out of 10 has a pretty good O machine doubling. But the C, that's different. Let me look at that on the C. I just noticed that when I was about to put it away. No, it's postman damage. Yeah, so now I can go for my little cup of coffee. You know, it's funny because I was looking at this and I was like, oh, what's that? I wonder if that's strike through-ish. I said, well, let's look at the reverse. If we see anything in the columns, maybe. And yeah, possible, because you know it is that real dark stuff. I'll throw this for cleaning. I have a little cleaning pile over there. Oh wow! See, so you can see the tilted rim, right? You can see it there, really strong. But then it angles out and it goes right through the letters, man. Man, that's what you want. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so you see, what year is this? A 90? Nah, it's not a key right or anything. Fortunately, but yeah, that's pretty cool. It's good doubling all over the place because of the tilted rim. It's a hub doubling error. Yes, that's pretty cool. Nice rim dent. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking about now. Is that I'm thinking about that cup of coffee. I'm like, I wish I had it now. That would give me some little more pep. I'll put that into with the fines. Double ear, double ear, double. Oh, yeah, right. Man, that ear is weird, man. Let me look at another. Let me find another one. See if there's you do see the line there, you know. Oh, look at that blistering. Dash, dash, dash. See that though? Do you see that or do you not see that? Or is that just a super duper prominent? Man, and I know I looked at 97s before today. I wish I would have kept one to the side. I'm just checking real quick to see what we got. Here's a 95. Yeah, maybe it's just the way it looks. It's just a weird ear. It's not a double ear. It's just a weird ear. Man, I thought it's such a strong. You know, I'm gonna have to put that to this. Let me look at that in the loop. Maybe that'll help. Nah, forget it. It's not. It's just has some anomaly in it. You know, like something that's a little bit sharper than. Yeah, when I dropped down that caffeine, I think the first day I was a little bit loopy. Maybe even not feeling well, to be honest with you. Um, I mean, I did have some, you know, I did have, I think, 1 cup or 2 small cups of coffee and a cup of tea, compared to the 66. Any Dublin? No. Compared to the 100 ounces I was having, that probably kind of threw off my my brain chemistry a bit there. Where's my caffeine? I want my caffeine. It's a very nice blister here. Almost looks like a, you know, like a dye error. I'm going to say it's not, but you can't tell me that doesn't look a little bit like a letter. Yeah, I'll put it with the other ones. Look at this one. This looks like uncirculated. That definitely looks uncirculated. Definitely 100% looks uncirculated. Super, super brilliant. Yeah, start another line. All right, so even though it's a cherry pick roll, we found a few interesting pennies in here. Nothing to write home about, but we found, I think, that die clash, right? I think we did. I think we found a 1959. He's like, he doesn't even care about 1959s, this person. It's okay. I'll take him. I'll take him all day long. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting. That's interesting. Could be some machine doubling going down there on the outburst. Yeah, I'll take these all day long, man. But like I said, if there was no copper in this, I would not have searched through it. I would have just grabbed another roll to do it with you guys, and that would have been that. I guess he's looking for wheat cents and key dates. which in all the time I've been doing this, I found one key date. Or I don't know if it was a key. It could have been a semi-key date, to be honest with you. I think it was like the 22D or something like that. I don't know, something like that. I don't think it was the 31S or the 14. I don't think it was the 14D. I can't remember. And that was out of all the rolls that I've done so far. One. And out of even the federal rolls, out of all of them, I found 6 or 7 coppers in half of a box. And maybe 1 or 2 wheats. So, I mean, I'm going to put this into the AUs. Little AU pile I got going on here. That's nice. So, if that's all he's taking out, you could have them. That's all right. I'm cool. I remember there was one roll where there was like just chock full of key varieties. And it's because you had to look close to see if there was any doubling, And this person's not doing that. See that's why I wonder. See how that nose? I'm wondering if that's what you see in the columns. On the die when it has the die clash. I wonder if it's the nose. Coffee time, it's coffee time, coffee time, it's coffee time. So, with that said, I'd like to thank everybody who stood to the end. I did the extra roll. I know there's some people who enjoy the longer content of mine. So everyone who stood here to the end, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Helps with my paycheck, right? It's very small, but if I get a little tiny whiny check from YouTube, and watching the video to the end, and all of that helps out a bit. So thank you, and thank you to the members, of course. Cat from CataTonic, Sandra, Otis, Eric keeneEyeCollectables. His YouTube channel's in the description below, and our newest member, Donald. Muchas gracias. Bienvenidos. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. And I'll see you on the next one.